this is dynamic stretching series number 2. It's going to be a little gentler, a little more isolated, but it's all down onto the ground so you get the support of the floor and a little extra feedback as well. So you're going to start laying down on your back. And I want you to go ahead and just let your back relax and lay however it normally would, letting the ground really support your back. And you're going to let your arms open to a capital T. And we're going to take those feet wider than hips distance apart and flex your feet so just your heels are on the floor. From there, we're going to do a little hip twist. You're going to let your knees go all the way over to the left, trying to let your right knee push down towards the ground. Inhale. On your exhale, you're going to squeeze your stomach in first so that your abs are pulling your legs back through center before you switch to the other side. And now your left knee is pushing down towards the ground, giving your booty a good squeeze so it gets deeper into that quad and hip flexor stretch. Inhale to rotate, or exhale, rotate back to center. Inhale to fall into that stretch. Exhale to squeeze it back through center. Inhale to take it into that stretch. Again, squeezing your butt, squeezing your abs so that you're actively working through the stretch and not just going through the motions. You're utilizing that muscle activation to take that stretch a little bit deeper, which is going to help you to improve your flexibility. From there, we're going to plant those feet flat onto the mat. Take your hands onto your hips so you can feel a pelvic tilt. So on your inhale, you're going to let your belly and your chest really stick out to where if you see, I can take my hand and literally thread it underneath my back because it's really pulling away from the floor. On my exhale, I'm going to squeeze my stomach in, really tucking those hips to ribs, making sure that I'm not pushing with my feet, but I'm just using my stomach to really tuck and press my back into the mat. Inhale to stick your butt out, really letting that back arch as much as you can. And on your exhale, we're squeezing those transverse abs in, the muscle that pulls your stomach away from your shirt. 2 more times. Big inhale in, and that loud exhale out, so that it's helping you to squeeze those transverse abs. And bringing it back to center, you're going to start to rock and roll your way up to sitting. My hair looks lovely, so I'm going to redo it. Be right back with you. Okay, so from here, you're going to take it, your toes, and you're going to tuck it underneath and really let your knees open up wider than your hips. So again, we're letting your hips and your back open. You're going to sit back in your child's pose with your arms reaching overhead. And what I want you to do is use your arms to push your butt back towards your feet, which is going to give you that toe stretch. From there, round your back out in that C curve to move forward into a little back extension, opening up your shoulders. And then sit back towards your feet again, using your hands to really drive back into those toes. Working that flex. Round and roll through that spine as you move into your back extension. And sitting back into your heels, pushing with your hands to get that extra toe stretch. One more time, rounding that back out. And moving into that little cobra. And pushing back into that child's pose. From here, you're going to bring your knees together. And you're going to take your right foot forward. So if you can see from the side, my body is stacked right on top of my left knee. From there, we're going to go back to those pelvic tilts again. You're going to take an inhale to arch your back. Let the booty stick out, let your chest stick out. From there, your hips and your ribs are going to get closer together. As you exhale, scoop the hips under, where you're tightening your stomach, you're tightening your glute, and you're getting that quad pull. So you're going to keep this tuck as you take your left arm up to the ceiling. Whatever knee is down on the ground is the arm that you're going to reach up. And you're going to give yourself a little side stretch over, deepening that quad and hip flexor stretch. Bringing it back down. I'm going to face you for this next one. So you're going to inhale, stick the butt out. exhale, squeeze and scoop your stomach in, feeling that quad pull. Left arm reaches up to the sky, and you're gonna give me a little side stretch over, and bringing it back one more time. Inhale to stick your butt out. Exhale to squeeze and scoop it in. Reach that left arm up to the sky. Give yourself a little side stretch over, and bringing it on down. Now, you're gonna take your right leg and extend it out to the side. From there, so now I'm in this all fours position, shoulders over hands, hip over that left knee. You're gonna take your left elbow and pull it up to the ceiling, twisting towards your left as far as you can. Then you're gonna bend your right arm like you're doing a push-up and thread it all the way underneath, trying to lay your left arm flat on the floor. Bring it up. Use your exhale to twist, reach, and pull and reach that arm underneath. And one more time, pulling your left elbow up to the sky, really trying to lift up out of that spine, and reaching and threading it underneath, and bringing those knees back together. Going into the other side, take your left foot forward. Again, your body is stacked right on top of that right knee. You're gonna inhale, stick your butt out, arching the spine, getting those back extensors going. Exhale, squeeze your stomach in, firing up your abs and your butt. Reach your right arm up to the sky, stretching up long as you give me a little side bend over, and bringing it back down. Stick the butt out. Exhale, scoop the hips under, squeezing that right glute. Arm up to the sky, stretching it on over. One more time, inhale to stick it out. Now you might find as you do single-sided work, one side feels a little tighter than the other. Maybe one feels really, really tight. Feel free to do extra reps on that side so that you're working on stretching out those tight muscles, and then you want to do exercises that are going to strengthen your opposite side. That's what's going to help you to balance out your muscle imbalances. And stretching it on over, and bringing it back. Taking your hands down into the ground, extend your left leg out to the side. Make sure your foot is planted on the floor the whole time. I did say that on the last side. And you're gonna take your right elbow and you're gonna pull it up to the ceiling. Oh, this side's really tight. And you're gonna take your arm and thread it underneath as you bend the elbow. And again, reaching your elbow up to the sky, twist. And sliding that arm under, trying to lay your whole arm flat on the floor. One more time, reaching that arm up. And breathing, exhale, reaching it under. And bringing it on back. Last exercise that we're going to do here is, I don't know. Last exercise that we're going to do here on the floor is again working on that flexion and extension again, just to get your spine moving. So I'm going to face this way. Your knees are hips distance apart, and you're going to take your hands and lace them behind your back. Now squeeze your heels of the hands together, and you're only going to straighten your arms as much as you can without letting your hands come apart. So you're going to straighten those arms as much as you can. Squeeze your stomach in. Try to open your shoulders to lift up in that back extension a little further. Bring it back up to tall kneeling. Reach your arms out in front of you, and you're going to round just the upper back out. So if you see my low back is stacked, and I'm just letting my head drop, pulling those shoulder blades apart as much as I can. Take your hands back behind you, lace those fingertips together, drive your arms straight without letting your hands come apart. Squeeze your tuchus as you go in that little back extension, and bringing it back up. Arms come out in front of you. Just your upper body is going to round forward those shoulder blades really spread apart. One last time. Hands together, reach it down, moving into that little back extension, squeezing your butt, squeezing your belly, and bringing it back up, reaching your arms out in front of you, and really letting those shoulders spread wide apart, and bringing it on up. So there's your dynamic stretching series number 2 on the floor. Again, make sure you're utilizing your breath and muscle activation to help you move through those stretches and to help you get the reach and that energy to extend a little further. You can use this again as a stretch when you're just getting out of bed. If you want to use it as a pre-workout circuit, maybe add on a few more reps, speed up the tempo, and you should be ready to move and groove. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me at info@evolvefitnessokc.com or message me on our social media, Instagram or Facebook. Work smarter, not harder, and I'll see you guys later.